Sadler on pit road. The official trailer of NASCAR is Featherlight. For more information on Featherlight trailers, call 1-800-800-1230. The Featherlight Modified Tour has its final event of the season today at Thompson, Connecticut. Will Wayne Anderson or Reggie Ruggiero end up the series champ? That's later today. 215 laps complete. Near side Chad Little's car, number 3 in points. And in this race, 5th. Behind David Green, Kenny Wallace, Mike Wallace, and Dennis Setzer. Terry Labonte is 6th, Tim Fito is 7th, Elton Sawyer 8th. Good run for Tommy Houston. He's 9th, and Red Devil Enamel will be back with Houston next year. 10th is Larry Pearson, 11th Bobby Daughter, 12th Mike McLaughlin, 13th Ricky Craven, and 14th Jason Keller. Those are the cars on the lead lap with 84 laps to go. 1 lap down is Johnny Benson. 2 laps back, Andy Petrie and Phil Parsons. 3 laps down, Hermie Sadler and Kevin LePage. 4 laps down in 20th, Doug Hevron. Also still running or still posted, Tracy Leslie, not yet officially retired from the event, though that car had been on fire. Stevie Reeves and Johnny Chapman, the highest place of those drivers making their Busch debut today. David Hyder is also still running. 1 to go, and we'll go back to Green. You know, David Green's had it just about the way he asked for.
Well, I tell you what, everybody was second-guessing the way he was driving the car for points and all at the first part of the race, but he's been very, very lucky to have a clean racetrack most of the way because of a very dominant race car.
Pace car pulls off as they hit turn 3. Kenny Wallace in 2nd, Mike Wallace in 3rd. Now, Kenny Wallace told us, watch for that car to be good on the long run. Maybe not that good on the restart, but good on the long run. Green flag. But David Green is going to be tough to pass. He's been tough to catch. Andy Petrie wants a lap back from the race leader, as does Phil Parsons, and David Green lets him go. Smart move?
Yeah, I think so. David Green knows in 8 or 10 laps he'll get back up to Phil Parsons. Phil on the restart seems to have a very fast car, but he's got problems right now on the outside. As you see, Kenny Wallace trying to take the lead from Green.
And that red dog on Wallace's hood looks hungry. Here he comes. Phil Martozzi, number 8. David Green got a little squirrely on the bottom of turn 2, and Kenny Wallace takes the lead.
Kenny Wallace told me, he said, this car is going to get better the longer we run. Boy, he knew what he was talking about. That race car is hooked up.
He trails Phil Parsons, who is now 2 laps down. With a speedy dry kicked up there in the backstretch. And here comes Mike Wallace up on David Green.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Interceptor spins out.
Everybody gets by, and Setzer continues. Will stay green. Dennis Setzer was the 4th place car. That's a break for both Chad Little and Ricky Craven.
You can see Kenny Wallace take a look under there to see if he might be able to make a move on the bottom side of Parsons there, but he's not going to take a chance. He's got a race car he feels maybe he can win the race with. He's got other problems. He's got a brother that's right behind him that's led a lot of this race today.
There's Mike Wallace driving for Barry Owen.
Mike did back off a little bit, let him get in.
Boy, Chad Little got into the back of David Green just a bit there. Let's show you what happened to Dennis Setzer. Look at the right side of your screen. Well, already gone. Here's what Chad Little saw of that. Hard to tell.
Well, it looked like it was, but like you say, so many times in camera angles that we have, you can make a little touch like that, and it looks like he maybe hit the curb and spun.
Kenny Wallace leads this race. He's in a Ford. A Ford has never won a Busch race here. 32 races. Has yet to happen. Chad Little is now up to 4th place. right on the tail of point leader David Green.
I think Green right now, you see him get a little contact there from Little coming out through the middle part of that corner. Right now, he's in more jeopardy than he ever was out front. Right now, he's got a car in front of him. He can't run fast enough to get away from. Chad Little won't make this a real interesting points race, so he better get going or something better happen quick.
Chad just giving one of them a little Buddy Baker bump. That's all it was.
Thank you, Mr. Pearson.
Oh.
The biggest thing is these lap cars over here. They've got the preferred line kind of cut off, so they're having to run the outside part of the racetrack, which is hard to get around.
But now they clear the lap cars. That whole group of leaders has just cleared the lap cars. And look at how the race has changed for the point leaders. And here comes Terry Labonte back toward the front.
Well, you know, he's been up there 2 or 3 times and looked like he was going to be the dominant car. Moved right up into second, third place, and now all of a sudden after 10, 15 laps, it's not normal for Terry to fall back, but he's had handling problems today.
Yeah, it seems like the longer he runs, he falls back a little bit where Mike Wallace and Kenny Wallace and them, the longer they run, they get better.
A little bumping between Tim Fedowa and Elton Sawyer. Fedowa is going to run the Winston Cup race in Atlanta. Make his second Cup start. He rammed over.
For you people that just turned in here, that is not Earnhardt. That is his crew chief, Petrie. Andy Petrie driving that 3 car.
Yeah, look, you can see Andy in the car. He's not sitting way down against the door sill.
You can see the sheet metal on the right side there, though. He's used it up just about as bad as I've seen that 3 car dinged up this year.
You notice nobody wanted any of that line?
Well, at least on the right side.
That must be the number. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay. 231 complete, 69 laps to go. Kenny Wallace is now trying to distance the field, and he has about 7 car lengths on brother Mike. Well, make that 5 car lengths as Mike closes up going into 3. David Green is 3rd, Chad Little is 4th, Terry Labonte is 5th. Long way back to the 6th place car, which would be Tim Fedowa, battling with Elton Sawyer.
See David Green there. He's put it in high gear now. He's trying to get away from Chad Little, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him get right by Wallace here pretty quick.
There's your battle for 4th. Chad Little in 23, Terry Labonte in 15. Now look back to the 55 car. There's that white car of Fedowa. He and Elton Sawyer battling for 6th as we have a quick look back through the field.
David, that looked like a little checkmate going in the corner there. David Green got all the way up just about to the 9 there on the door and had to fall back in because Mike Wallace just started to get into the corner there, and he didn't know he was there, so he had to check up a little bit.
He probably knew he was there. David Green just knew that he wasn't going to take any chances. That's what it was.
Boy, there's a hard-fighting pack right there. Mike McLaughlin, he's on the lead lap, battling with Bobby Dotter. That race is for 11th. Hermie Sadler is up there, even though he's not on the lead lap.
Mike McLaughlin's giving Andy Petrie a little nudge there. You see the back panel there hanging down just a little bit.
Petrie did a wise thing there by moving out of that, letting the cars on the lead lap race. He's 2 laps down, and now they're going to peel that sheet metal away. David Green's right up on the back of Mike Wallace again, 2nd place.
Well, David, you made a real interesting point a while ago. You can run somebody down and catch them, but then getting by them, you have to get up there where they know that you have that preferred line getting in the corner. When they start across, you have no choice but to check up.
That's the only thing you can do. If you try to keep from hitting them or anything, you run up over the curb. I've seen Larry do the same thing. I've got all over him. He'll run up on the curb, even spin out himself, keep from hitting somebody else, which I told him, anytime you run, keep your car straight. No matter what it takes, keep your car straight.
Now tell me, which would be easier for David Green? Being right in front of Mike Wallace or being right behind him like this?
Go ahead, John.
Anytime you're in front, buddy, that's the place to be, because they have to watch you. When you're behind, you have to watch the car in front of you and not spin him out if you can possibly help it.
Okay, here is Larry Pearson in the Stanley Tools 92, battling Ricky Craven. This is for 10th place. And Craven's car now seems fine. It's not as fast as it was in the early part of the race, but he looks like he's going to be able to hang on and get a decent lead lap finish here.
Well, you're looking at a car there that was leading a while ago and had a little bit of sheet metal hanging off the right front corner, and they had to come in and cut it off, and he lost track position. It's so hard to get back up to the front here. Ricky Craven had a problem with the rear end gear a while ago, and he's having a hard time getting back up near the front.
Right. Let's check with Glenn.
Well, there's a reason for that. I just checked with John Monson, his crew chief. Ricky's car is acting up again, having some problems with the rear end again, so it is slipping. That's why he's stuck back there in 11th place. They're just trying to ride it out and finish the race.
So it's definitely the ratchet in the rear end. It comes in and goes out. Every once in a while it'll lock, and then he can go right on.
Trouble, of course, is you don't know when it's going to lock and when it's going to unlock.
Well, the whole thing with the ratchet rear, it's actually like an open gear. As you start off in the corner, the left rear frees up, and it'll let the car turn getting in the corner. When you get down on the throttle, it locks both rear wheels up for forward traction. If you have a problem with that, you only hook up the left rear wheel coming off the corner, and it just sits there and spins.
We're back up with second place here. And Dennis Setzer is off the pace down the front straightaway. He's slowed up quite a bit.
Yeah, he's got a lot of smoke coming out of the car.
David Green had a big look on the inside of Mike Wallace. No move that time.
He's looked 3 or 4 times there, but he just don't seem to have enough straightaway speed to make it stick.
56 laps to go. And Dennis Setzer is way off the pace.
Wallace might be holding David Green back for a reason there. You know, he's got his brother up there in front of him.
Well, I think right now David Green knows that the cars that are running him for the national championship, he's got them in the mirror right now, so he's not going to take a chance of maybe getting involved in a sheet metal exchange and knocking himself out of that points race.
There's Setzer, who has fallen off the pace. As a lap by Dennis, he's back at 14th position, 1 lap down. Leaders so far, 6 lead changes, 7 cautions for 58 laps, and 53 laps to go.
Ooh, Ricky Craven gave his daughter a little shot there in the center part of the corner just to let him know, hey, I'm here, I need to go.
Well, that's 11th place. Craven needs to get as many of those points as he can. And, of course, so does Daughter. Daughter is 9th in the points. He came into this race just 2 points behind Johnny Benson. And the way they are right now, he'll move past Benson into 8th in the point standings. Engine trouble reported on Dennis Setzer's car. He continues to run, though, at reduced speed, and Johnny Benson could possibly take over the rookie point lead today from Setzer. There's your battle for second. 50 laps to go next time by. Kenny Wallace leading, the number 9 here, Mike Wallace in second, and David Green hounding him for that second position. We'll be back to Martinsville live on TNN after this. 45 laps to go at Martinsville in this next to final race of the Busch season for 1994. Second and third place right here, Mike Wallace and David Green. It's the battle we've been keeping a close eye on. Green seems to be a little quicker through the corner, but Mike Wallace seems to have the power.
Well, I tell you, there's 2 different lines they're running there. You notice that Wallace is running a wider groove coming out of the corner than David Green, but watch David go in. He apexes this corner just a little bit later, trying to make a square corner out of it.
Now this battle is 3 seconds behind race leader Kenny Wallace. And looking back, there's Chad Little. He's the 4th place car.
You know, about just a few minutes ago when they showed the inside shot of Chad Little, I believe that I saw him use the left foot for brake. That's a no-no. I just don't like that at all, especially on the short track. Now, you can get away with it on the Busch cars here because there are a lot of cars and they don't run that many laps. But like in a Winston Cup car, he would never last 500 laps here at Martinsville.